Hi, and welcome back to Days Well Spent. In today's video, I'm going to do an update on our shade cover. I've had a few people ask about it, and one of the common questions I get is, does it work and how well has it held up? So we put up this shade cover in July of 2015. It's now May 2020, so we're right at 5 years. I came out this morning and put the cloth on it. What we usually do is we put the cloth on the end of May and then we take it off sometime in October. And we did not use pressure treated wood. You see we've got some mushrooms growing on it. The wood's holding up fine. It is weathered. There's a little bit of cracking and stuff, which is fine with us. It was important to me not to use pressure treated wood since we try to stick to an organic approach in our garden. Cover cloth has held up really well, and there's a few spots where it's pulling away from the grommets, but those could be taken off. The area could be reinforced and a new grommet put in without any difficulty, but there's really no reason to do that at this point. So how does it work? Our shade cover works really well. Even in the summertime, when the dog wants to be outside, she'll come and get under the shade cloth to lay around. It drops the temperature significantly. This summer, I'll definitely come out here with a thermometer under the shade cloth and outside of the shade cloth so you guys can get a better idea. Our plants continue to set fruit throughout the summer. Typically, before we had the shade cover, we would have our plants, they would produce, then the Texas heat would hit, the blooms would stop forming, and we'd pull the plants, they would die, they'd be burnt. You guys know what it looks like if you've seen a garden someplace where it's pretty hot. We'd pull the plants and then we would replant for a fall harvest. Since we put the shade cover up, we have not had to do 2 batches of planting. What I do now is we'll get some leaves that need to be pulled off, dead stems, things like that, and I'll take those off, but the plants will continue to set fruit throughout the summer. And we'll go ahead and a lot of times until it freezes, the same plants that I plant in early April, towards the end of March, are setting fruit for us on through October, November, like I said, until we get a good freeze. So the shade cover works really well. If you're curious what our harvest looks like, I'm pretty sure if you hit Instagram at The Well Spent Day, I know I've got some pictures up there of our plants. The shade cloth provides just enough sunlight that the plants thrive without getting burnt. It rains through, that's not an issue. Of course, let me swing over there to it. We do have our rain barrels set up, and we have a wand that we lay through the rows and water them that way also, but they get plenty of rain through the shade cloth. You can also see our tomato cages. If you're curious about how we made those, we have a separate video. I'll link in the description and at the end of this video to the video showing how we made the shade cover and how we make our tomato cages. If you guys have any questions about our garden, about the shade cover, or anything that you see in the video, let me know down in the comments section and I'll be happy to answer them. And be sure to visit dayswellspent.com.